Welcome into Top Rope Renegades. It has arrived. WrestleMania week is here. Monday Night Raw, the go home Monday Night Raw. We just watched it. It was just jam packed, and there's so many emotions I have. And I want to just start off by saying the Bloodline can just go fuck themselves. I'm saying it like The Rock does because he always like goes real quiet when he says fuck. But no, the Bloodline can just fuck off right now. I can't wait for WrestleMania. RK, what did that go home Monday Night Raw do for you?
The show itself overall did what it had to do. It further along storylines nicely. For the most part, it wasn't the penultimate show that one would expect from a go home show. It seemed a little low in some spots. It just seemed kind of weird, some of the matches they put together. Obviously, they're not going to put all their big stars in tonight's show. They saving them for WrestleMania. That's the whole reason of it. Overall, it was a mid show. It wasn't fantastic. It wasn't horrible. It just kind of, moved things along. The ending segment, man, a lot to unpack in that one, and we will definitely get there by the end of this show. But man, that was
Oh
obviously the
yeah.
highlight of the show. So
Maybe we'll find time to do a quick little podcast on the Ariel Helwani interview with CM Punk. Today was just so packed. That's why see, Helwani had CM Punk on, and CM Punk just went scorched earth, just talking about everything AEW and coming back to WWE. Rhea Ripley was on Helwani's show. Becky Lynch showed up, and that all led to tonight, and that was Monday Night Raw. I just I'm ready for WrestleMania. We're almost there. And yeah, so the show we kick off and we just get a recap of The Rock just beating the living shit out of Cody last Monday, and he's the first one on the show. He comes out, and the crowd's still gonna cheer when Dwayne The Rock Johnson shows up. But I did hear a mix of Cody chants, of course. He gets on the mic, talks his talk. He made that boy bleed, wrapped his hands around his head and split his head wide open. Got blood on his hands. Put it on the weight belt for Mama Rhodes. Big F you to the Cody crybabies, making their hero bleed, and it was just heel rock, and it was so good.
yeah, I mean, not much more to add to that. The Rock looked amazing. That vest, I love that vest. That cow leather with the
Yep,
I don't know, man. It just
looked
looked
like
good.
Woody off Toy Story.
Yeah, thought it looked great. The everything about The Rock right now, he's killing it. That new Titantron video, every time I see it, I still love it. I love the look of the final boss, the red eyes and the Brahma Bull. Looks so good. I really do like. I might be reading into this a bit too much, but The Rock fed into the Stone Cold what chants tonight.
Yeah,
He staggered his speech to follow into those what chants. So I don't know. I might just be reading it too much, or maybe Stone Cold's going to be there this weekend, open up a can of whoop ass on a certain somebody. We'll see where that goes. I know there's a lot of speculation on the internet right now about it. I love where this is going. The Rock is just in peak form right now. This is the best Rock we've seen since early 2000s.
he he brings up two videos that were viral on social media of two little kids watching The Rock beat down Cody Rhodes, and they were very upset. One of the little girls says she's never watching Moana again, and the other little girl said Cody just died. And The Rock says it breaks his heart, but he wants those kids' parents to prop them in front of the TV because the Uncle Rock is gonna drop some gospel. And there are moments in life when a man has got to do what a man has got to do. And when people talk shit that shouldn't be talking shit, what happened to Cody Rhodes is going to happen to them too. And he says that professional wrestling is cool as of right now because of him. This brings out the tribal chief, Roman Reigns, shows up. He gets on the mic and obviously the usual acknowledge him. Talks about his family above all. He gets distracted because the crowd is chanting "Yeet," and there was the moment where he says, he said this last week: "If I lose, I'm leaving. If I lose at Mania, I'm leaving," which is very all right, cool. Talks about the tag team match, the bloodline rules, and Seth Rollins shows up through the crowd. Through the crowd, I thought this was a nice touch because Seth's not dumb. He's not walking into that ring.
Yeah, that was a cool touch, bringing up the Shield aspect from his and Roman's history there. I mean, all we're missing in that is a little Dean Ambrose, John Moxley action, but we know that's not going to happen. Yeah, overall, I mean, the whole thing I get out of this is it just seems weird. Roman saying that if he loses, he's leaving. I'm not really sure that's a threat. It's not like he shows up a whole lot as it is. Um, I'm gonna take shots at Roman all day long. In the end, don't think I hate Roman. Roman's awesome. Roman's killing it. He has been top tier heel of this company for the past 4 years. He has carried it. The bloodline stories evolved over those years, have always kept it interesting. I love it. I just love taking my shots at Roman and how often he shows up. But overall, I mean, 1,310 days now as the champion. Say what you want. Roman is top tier. I love everything that's going on here.
Seth does show up, and he's like, "Would you cross the line last week, Rock? And you're gonna pay. And I came here for a fight. So who has the bigger balls? Is the tribal chief or the final boss?" And of course, Roman and The Rock, they ain't stepping in the ring. Solo Sikoa steps forward, and that sets forth our main event: Solo Sikoa versus Seth Rollins, and it will be Bloodline rules, which is anything goes. So right then and there, get ready for the main event because it will be interesting. This leads us to the first match of the night, which was DIY and New Day taking on the Judgment Day. This is a pretty good match. I think this match was pretty quick, in my opinion. It seemed like it went by pretty fast, and it just made Damian Priest, in my opinion, look strong, very strong.
Damian Priest, I've always been a huge fan. Going back a few years now, the guy can wrestle. He's a big boy. He works hard. He looks good in the ring. He's got a gimmick that just works. He's a hard hitting member of the WWE universe, and I love to see it when they showcase his skill because honestly, it kind of gets lost in a faction sometimes how good one individual can be in that group, and I feel like Damian Priest has always been top notch. So I kind of like seeing them giving him a bit of the spotlight in this match.
Judgment Day does get the win after the Razor's Edge is hit on Tommaso Ciampa by Damian Priest. We go backstage. Roman Reigns says he's going to go ahead and head out because he's got a speech to write. He will be inducting Paul Heyman into the WWE Hall of Fame, which is a nice touch. I did think it was going to be CM Punk, but it makes sense with Roman Reigns. They have completely took over since 2020 together. And then we get the cinema. We talked about this on NXT with the Carmelo Hayes and Trick Williams video. We get the cinema of Chad Gable training Sami Zayn for WrestleMania, his match against Gunther. It was beautiful. I almost shed a tear. What was your reaction watching this masterpiece?
Yeah, we all saw it coming. You know they were going to do something. You and I were talking about it. Do the Rocky kind of montage thing. It didn't quite go that far, but they did have some cool moments. It showcases the ability of the talent to really invest themselves in a storyline and push along a rivalry through storytelling phenomenally. This did it so well. You feel more connected to the match, and it kind of makes you wonder. I mean, if Sami Zayn comes out on the other end of this with the title, I mean, Chad Gable is still, he hasn't won a singles title in the WWE yet, and the fans are pushing for it. So, I mean, where does this flip? Because right now Gable's on Sami's side, but eventually, he's not going to be on Sami's side. So you kind of love seeing all this building up and everything. I can't wait to see what happens.
The master versus the teacher. Eventually, I hope we get Sammy and Chad Gable. That'll be a fantastic matches throughout the summer. We cut to commercial. We come back. It's a Judgment Day, hanging out in their clubhouse when Legado del Fantasma shows up, hanging out with Dominic Mysterio, and this is the beginning. I mean, we've seen bits and pieces of the Judgment Day splitting, but this one was a bit over the top. Dom did not tell anybody that Legado del Fantasma was rolling up. Priest gets on to Dom about it. Dom cries to Rhea about, can you help me? Can you tell Damien to relax a little bit? And Rhea's like, yeah, I'll fix it, but you need to have more communication with me. They're arguing, they're fighting. Dominic Mysterio, Rhea Ripley, breakup coming soon. He's gonna end up siding with Legado del Fantasma because he's that heel. He's got to have some faction with him. You've been hinting, you've been saying it's coming soon, and we are getting the seeds of the split.
100% we're getting the seeds of the split, whether it's a full Judgment Day split
Mhm.
or if it's just a Rhea and Dom split. Dom leaves the group, however that looks. I said it earlier. I say, hey, you know what, Dom, just go after Elektra. Get something going there, and then have Rhea catch you, and then I think you just got that whole love triangle aspect of it, and Rhea would just beat the living piss out of the two of them. So I kind of I kind of like if that were to happen. Honestly, that's just me wishing for something on that. But yeah, that whole segment, it's just kind of showing the dissension within the group. Can they get it all together for the big tag match coming up this weekend? I mean, Dom's got a big match, Rhea's got a big match. I think only one that's not in a match this weekend is JD. So poor
Yeah,
JD again.
I
But
think he might be in the Andre Giant Battle Royal Friday. I think he is. So
yeah,
that's
I'm gonna
that's
take your word on
about
that
it.
one. I said it before. I think JD should get more screen time. He looks amazing when he's doing that Spanish Fly again. He did today look
Hmm.
gorgeous. Just to back up a little bit, at the start of the six pack, not the start of that tag match, they were saying that the titles, they
Yeah,
both
yeah.
need to be grabbed during the weekend here. So it looks like there's a chance that the titles could be split this weekend if a team can grab one of each sets of belts.
Which, yeah, really hope that happens. I hope we get a split of the Raw titles and the SmackDown titles, and they can go on their separate brands, and we can have the tag divisions really blowing up and doing their thing. So moving back to the next match, it is Sami Zayn looking to get his win back from last week against Big Bronson Reed. This was a good match. This was a really good match. Sammy, it was good storytelling from the aspect that everything he learned with Chad was shown in this match. That he focuses on the goal. He's got to focus. He's got to focus on that goal, not get distracted. Puts on a really good match with Bronson Reed. Couple big spots, couple big kickouts, but it wasn't going to end how we thought it would. I thought Sammy was just going to get a clean win and be like, "All right, here we go. We're coming for you, Gunther." No, Gunther shows up dragging Chad Gable, who was missing a shoe, by the way, dragging him down the ramp, distracting Sammy. Sammy runs up there. He gets caught with a big boot. There was no bell rang, so I assume Sammy won this by disqualification. Presumably, I don't know. But this really set the
No
seeds.
contest.
It's no contest. It really set the seeds though, between Gunther and Sammy. What say you?
Yes, all this. I mean, the match was good between Sammy and Bronson. It looked good. Sammy had some amazing offense throughout that match. He looked good. Bronson, he continues to look good in that ring. I really want to see where they lead with Bronson. Um, the whole thing this did, and I'm just pounding my fist against the desk because I love it so much. But Gunther just looks amazing. He looks
Yeah.
unstoppable. He just looks like just I words can't even describe what Gunther is right now. Gunther's on top of his game. He's dominant. He's a force to be reckoned with. He just, you know what? I say, if Sammy wins the title this weekend, it's not a loss for Gunther because Gunther can go for those main belts and he should shoot him to the moon. He's just been
Mhm.
rising to the top since he's gotten to the WWE, and he just looks amazing. I love it. I'm a huge Gunther fan. I want to see him win everything.
Yep. Gunther beats him down. There was the moment where Sammy was laying flat on his back, but he got it going. He got back up, and then he got hit with the title. Gunther stood tall. Little news: Jay Uso was backstage and ran into Lil Wayne, and Lil Wayne will be debuting a new single at WrestleMania. The stars are coming out. It is going to be the biggest WrestleMania of all time. Lil Wayne will now be there. I'm a big Wayne fan, so Wayne, Meek
Yeah,
Mill, and
you and
who?
you and Pat because he's like, oh, go
Yeah,
easy, let's go.
where they're going to break it. Pat's like, is he saying new single? Was that Wayne? We go to commercial. We come back. The Rock's grandmother, Leah Maivia, will be inducted into the Hall of Fame, announced tonight as well with the hype reel for this year's full class, and she will be the final, I assume, final person inducted into the WWE Hall of Fame class this year. The next match was, I mean, we're building to WrestleMania. We can't go crazy. We got to keep people healthy. This was Candice LeRae and Indy Hartwell taking on Ivy Nile and Maxine Dupree. And I mean, it did what it had to do. Continued the it's not even a change anymore. She's a full heel, Candice LeRae. But Indy's kind of losing her patience with it. The best part was Maxine got a dub. Maxine got the W, a little roll up on Indy Hartwell because of Candice LeRae and Indy Hartwell going face to face. But shout out to Maxine Dupree. She looked fantastic tonight.
Yes, I think this is the way WWE should keep
And I mean
breaking
that,
Maxine.
I mean, she looked fantastic, as in she looked really nice. She's very pretty. Her in ring work is building. It's getting better. It is getting better. I had to,
Okay,
I had to say that. I don't want, I don't
I'm
want someone to listen to me like she wasn't that good. She's a beautiful, beautiful woman. I wasn't talking about her in ring.
oh
It's
my
getting
god.
better. It's getting better.
Oh, okay. Where was I? I don't even know what I was saying now.
She's hot.
Yeah, yeah. She's a very good looking woman. I do agree. Yes. So this is the way WWE can get Max that in ring experience that she needs. Put her in tag matches. It
Mhm.
helps absorb some of the downfalls of her game. Not that I'm saying there's anything horrible about it, but I mean she's young. She's working into it. She's learning, and I love to see it. So the best thing about that is Pat McAfee. Everything he does, every little snippet he has about something is awesome. The little kind of like, well, maybe you should just be nicer.
Yeah,
Try
that
being
was
nicer next time, eh? Just
she,
try. Just
be a
I
good
laughed.
person.
It was
Be a
so
good
funny.
person, Candace. Try being a nice person. Pat McAfee's fantastic. He's gonna make WrestleMania better, even better. Just being on commentary. Speaking of commentary, they continued to inform us throughout the night that Cody Rhodes is not cleared to appear tonight, but he will be ready for WrestleMania. Hint,
Right.
hint, hint, hint.
Yeah, no.
Uh,
Whenever they say somebody's not cleared to be there tonight, he's clearly going to be there. Like, it's the
they give
oldest game in the
us
book.
They give us, of course, a recap of the first hour. I'm sorry, the opening segment, and then we show Seth Rollins. He's chilling with Jey Uso, and he's, Jay, I got your back because you had my back. Let's go for a walk. And Bloodline's probably gonna try some shady stuff tonight. And then we get this another cinematic masterpiece. Drew McIntyre standing in front of a casket and talking about how CM Punk has no match in Philadelphia and runs him down as being out of shape. He's a has been, and then calling Seth Rollins the Seth Cringe Lord Rollins. Drew McIntyre, man, it's gonna be. I think he's gonna get his moment. He might get his moment. I don't know. This WrestleMania is very unpredictable, but good video package for Drew.
Yeah, that line where he's like, yeah, Seth watched one Jared Leto Joker movie and he thinks he's the greatest guy in the history of cinema now. But no, these promos are something else. I mean, this Drew's on a roll right now. Anything that guy's doing is amazing. I love to see it. Yeah, just keep going, Drew. Keep talking your shit because it's so good.
We get back from commercial, and it is Ivar taking on Ricochet, another just kind of thrown together match, but I was excited for it because Ricochet is fantastic. And this match was
New
a Ricochet
Japan.
match. It was New Japan. It was a Ricochet match. It was a Ricochet match to a T. All the big moves, the Ricochet, the high flyer, the Ricochet we all know and love. Give him a push through the summer. He's so good in the ring, and Ivar is fantastic too. There's so much talent that doesn't get. I mean, they get the recognition, but some people that don't watch all the time will probably tune in and be like, "Oh, Ivar's versus Ricochet. I'm good." No, fantastic match.
Yeah, the fans were losing it when he went to the top rope for that 630. The fans know. The fans will tell the WWE what they want. Yeah, I don't know what the Ricochet is so good, but the thing is, here is Ivar again. He just looks. He moves so good for a big guy, and I can't wait for Eric to get back because the the uh the Viking Raiders, the War Machine, War Raiders, whatever you want to call them, whatever anybody wants to call them, they're such an amazing tag team, and I just want to see more of them again because they killed it in New Japan, they killed it in NXT, and I want to see them kill upon the main roster.
Ricochet ends up getting the win with his 630 senton. And we go back to the Judgment Day. Legado del Fantasma still there playing darts. Priest is a little pissed off because Ricochet still
Badly.
hasn't been handled. Yeah, he's yeah, they were Well, anyway, they were
I
too
mean,
close.
they were
They
what, like 2 feet away from the board. Like, why are they?
still
What?
still missing bullseyes. And Priest is angry. Ricochet has not been handled yet. JD says they're both in the Andre the Giant battle royal. He'll handle him. And Dom says on the off chance he can't get it done, I know the guy. Andrade El Idolo appears, and Dom introduces Andrade to Santos and El Legado del Fantasma. And
They've
he
never met before.
right,
Never.
and he tells him that if he tells Andrade, Dom says to Andrade, if you take care of Ricochet, you'll be a full member of the Judgment Day. And the reaction from the Judgment Day was that wasn't cleared with anybody in the group. That was Dom doing his own thing, and he wants Andrade to take care of his business. I, it it's coming. It's here we go.
They're building it so obviously it's right in front of our faces. I mean, Rhea just was not happy about what went down there at all. She's like, I got Becky's here. I got business to deal with. I can't deal with this. It's coming. It's a matter of
Yep.
time. It'll probably I give it within the next couple weeks. I think it'll be pretty fast. The seeds are set there. I think they're gonna after this weekend match between Dom and Dragon Lee and Mysterio and whatnot. I think we're gonna start seeing the falling apart happen pretty quickly here.
Yep, Rhea does go to handle her business because Becky Lynch has made her entrance. Not much talk here from Becky. She says, I started a fight earlier on Ariel Helwani's show, and I'm here to keep on fighting, so come on out. Adam Pearce tries to ruin the fun and says, we're not jeopardizing the biggest WrestleMania match of all time, which, in all fairness, Adam Pearce, smart, just saying. He's like, hey, let's not do this. Rhea shows up, and of course, they're going to get a hold of each other a little bit. Back and forth brawl. Security's there. They split them up. We end up going backstage. They're still going at it. This is going to be a really good match at WrestleMania, and another match where I can't predict it.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to this match. I looked it up recently because I wasn't sure, but Becky and Rhea have never gone at it in a main event for the title before, so that's going to be a great match. You're right. It's hard to predict. It could go real either way. I think, Rhea pulls it out, cementing her legacy as one of the most dominant women in the business. But honestly, I wouldn't be upset if Becky won it either. Again, Pat McAfee, hilarious. He's breaking down the fight, and he's like,
Yeah.
how many security guards did she have to go through? Let's count. 1, 2, 7, 9, 15. I don't think there was 15 security guards out there, but again, just gold from Pat. I love everything that man does.
Pat is fantastic. He will be live Friday. Pat McAfee Show live. It's from noon to 3-ish, and Michael Cole will be the guest host with him. Cody Rhodes will be there. Triple H will be there. Many others. That'll be a good watch on Friday leading up to SmackDown. We get Damage Control backstage. Dakota Kai cutting a promo and talking about how they're the most dominant women's faction of all time. I think they're the only big one. And then we get to the match. Damage Control versus Shayna Baszler, Tegan Nox, and Zoe Stark. I'll let you take this one because you were really high on Zoe Stark in this match. So break it down.
Yeah, Zoe looked amazing in the match. I mean, she first had the springboard plancha over the top rope to the outside. She had the springboard flying elbow. Everything. I mean, Zoe I didn't know she was that good, honestly. Like we've been watching her matches with Shayna Baszler lately, and matches have been kind of meh, whatever. But this match was really good. Everybody looked great in the match. I can't say anything more about Zoe. I'm not great at breaking down matches. That's more your thing. But I'm going to tell you how great Zoe was in that match. Out of all 6 women in there, Zoe was heads above the rest of them. She just looked so good in that match.
Yeah, Zoe Stark MVP of that match for sure. I think that they all looked really good. Tegan Nox looked fantastic. Dakota looked good. It was just a nice little match to warm up, and Damage Control will be taking on Jade Cargill, Bianca Belair, and Naomi in a 6-woman tag team match at WrestleMania. That one will be on WrestleMania Saturday. They did announce the full card. Backstage, we get a Solo Sikoa taping up his thumb, and we get all the the WrestleMania hype videos. This is when these pop up of every match coming on Saturday. We get all those, and then every match coming on Sunday. So we now have a really good idea. I think it's official what each night will entail. So that means we have we got a lot of videos to record. We're gonna have to do our WrestleMania predictions. We will get to those. We'll probably do those Thursday. I think we'll do those Thursday. We can fit it in. Yeah. So Seth Rollins interviewed backstage, and if you know him well enough, he's always got a plan B. He runs
Yes,
into
he
Drew.
definitely does have a plan B. Yeah, running into Drew there. Sorry, I totally cut you off. That's probably
There
where
you
you're heading, but I just that's what my head instantly go to. I just these little things with Drew right now are amazing. It's
The
like
camera
this
shots. Oh my God.
the continuous camera shots are
Yes.
phenomenal, all the way from the back to the front, and then
Hmm.
Drew's just in the middle there. It just all adds little dynamics to everything, and it's just a stare down, and then Seth just says, "I ain't dead yet." And then Drew quips back with "yet." I love it. Drew, Seth, everything about this whole rivalry coming up this weekend is huge. I love it.
It is a Martin Scorsese film right now in WWE on all of the shows. That we get to the match, the main event: Seth Rollins, Solo Sikoa, Bloodline Rules match. You know that things are gonna some trouble's afoot. Trouble is afoot. Bloodline's getting involved with this. Hot start from Seth Rollins showing that, hey, I'm here, I'm ready. Bring on Drew McIntyre. I got this. Bring on The Rock. Bring on Roman Reigns. We're ready to rock. We get a couple spots on the outside. An avalanche Samoan drop through the table. We come back from a commercial. We get a Seth power bombing solo through a table. Both of them have went through tables, and it's like, all right, here we go. The curb stomp from Seth, and who is it? But it's Jimmy Uso. Hit him with a super kick, and oh wait, here comes Jey Uso. Is that the plan B? Probably not. I was for a moment. Jay and Jimmy were fighting, and they were heading towards the back, and I was like, no, don't go back there. We saw what happened to Cody, and I was right because as soon as they went back there, Jay came flying back out, and here comes The Rock.
Yeah, no, same thoughts were on my mind. I'm like, oh, if he goes back there, he's getting cut open. He's going out like we're going to get a repeat of what happened Monday. Obviously not, because The Rock just throws him out, beats on him quickly, and then he's going towards the ring. He's got bigger fish to fry.
Mm-hmm.
Jey Uso means nothing to The Rock. His big deals are Seth and obviously upcoming Cody, and we all know where this ends up going. So I'll let you take it away on that one.
Rock gets in the ring, and there's a stare down with Seth Rollins as Seth is backed up against the ropes. Seth does his grin, and Cody Rhodes' music hit, but he wasn't cleared to compete. We all knew what that meant. They kept bringing it up. Cody Rhodes was there, and they start beating down The Rock, and it looks like Cody Rhodes is going to put The Rock through the announcer table with a rock bottom, but guess who is there? The tribal chief did not go home. He is still in the building. He saves his cousin, and we now get to the part where I am screaming, somebody help him. I know we are making them look strong, but we already know they're strong. It's Roman Reigns and The Rock. The bloodline beat the ever-living shit out of Cody Rhodes and Seth Rollins from a Superman punch and a spear, and then somehow Dwayne The Rock Johnson has a Cody Rhodes nightmare belt on and proceeds to beat the living shit out of them. And there was a tweet that I wanted to read from Cody's wife, Brandy Rhodes, and this tweet reads, "Oh, so now a bitch got a black belt. Okay." It's go time, man. It's WrestleMania week. This is incredible.
It's so good. I mean, those belt shots, man. I don't even. Why would you allow anybody to do that onto you, on
Over
purpose?
and over, and it
I
sounded
mean,
so rough.
I'm an older fella, and I remember taking some belts to the backside being a kid, pissing off the parents and everything. So I know that hurts. And those were not those weren't love taps. Those were full on, full swings. Like I just don't know why anybody wanted to do that on purpose.
It was. I kept thinking maybe somebody's gonna help him. No, it wasn't. Rock and Roman are standing tall. The crowd was chanting CM Punk, and somebody tweeted on Twitter. It was like, "What did y'all think CM Punk was gonna do? Nothing, but it's CM Punk." And I thought for a second, I was like, "Man, what if the glass shatters? What if Stone Cold comes out? Maybe there was a plan C. There wasn't. The beatdown just happens, and the Rock and Roman are talking shit as Seth and Cody just lay knocked down in the ring, probably multiple welts on their back. We close the show. Cousins, the tribal chief, and the final boss standing tall, holding their respective belts, if you could say. Roman holding the undisputed championship, and Rock holding an American Nightmare belt. But eh, whew, there was no finish in the Seth Rollins solo match.
Yeah, no, obviously there was no finish in that match. That I don't even think I remember the match at this point. Yeah, no, wow. The bloodline looks so strong after this. Like it makes you think like Cody could not finish his story at WrestleMania.
It's so unpredictable.
I mean, like we're talking about the story and the way that the bloodline just looks unbeatable right now. Like, I only thing I can think of, like, and this I'm holding a little hope for this, but it's a little bit of Avengers Assemble at Sunday night. There, all of Rock's former combatants. You got Stone Cold out, you got John Cena, hell, Triple H comes out, and CM Punk, and just anybody that The Rock has crossed in the past. Everybody just comes out, forms a giant wall, says you ain't getting anywhere near that match.
The
Man
people
can hope.
Roman has crossed too.
Oh
It's
yeah,
not just The
anybody.
Rock.
Just the
It's so much. Oh my God, I can't wait for WrestleMania.
like the whole locker room could basically just say, nope, Cody's doing this on his own. Nobody's getting in the middle of this. But yeah, no, I love it. That's the big stuff we're all waiting for at WrestleMania. All the other
And
matches probably going to be bangers, but this is what everybody's waiting for. They want to see the
the
conclusion of this story.
the WWE posted on their Twitter right after the beatdown of Cody and Seth as the Bloodline walked backstage, and they just walked past, and Roman, nothing to say. Solo, always nothing to say. Paul Heyman stops, moves his hand behind him, and goes 3, 2, 1. Here you go. And the final boss, The Rock, looks in the camera, looks away from the camera, and as he's walking back, all he says is, "Fuck them." The Rock is fired up. The Rock is fired up, and I love it. WrestleMania, man, WrestleMania week. We are here. We have arrived, and Monday Night Raw got us started. NXT final show before Stand and Deliver tomorrow. Well, AEW is on Wednesday, but this isn't an AEW week. I mean, we're gonna watch it, but this ain't an AEW week. This belongs to the WWE. Monday through Friday, we're fired up for Saturday and Sunday. I can't wait. Can I get a hell yeah? I'm so excited. I genuinely haven't been this excited to watch WrestleMania in a very, very long time.
I'm hyped, man. This WrestleMania, the whole story leading up to it, nothing's been better. Nothing has been done better in years. I mean, say what you want. I don't even know. I don't even have words for it. I'm just the goosebumps every time I think of what's going to happen this weekend. And it's not just WrestleMania. Stand and Deliver, they have a huge match coming up too.
Stand and
Sorry, I had a
Deliver.
cough there, but
You're good. Yeah,
that
Stand and
Trick
Deliver
Williams and
Saturday.
Carmelo Hayes match, that has potential to be the best match of the whole weekend. The rivalry there is just as big as Cody and Roman's rivalry right now. The animosity between those two stars is huge. Everything that's gonna happen this weekend. I mean, the Saturday Sunday set out. You got Stand Delivered nights 1 and 2 of WrestleMania. Friday night you got SmackDown. You got the Hall of Fame inductions. You got Ring of Honor Supercard, and I mean, there's some big matches happening on that night too. So you got Eddie Kingston going up against Briscoe, and there's just so much wrestling coming up. I love it. I can't every night. Even Thursday's got stuff going on. More Ring of Honor stuff. Joey Janela's stuff is going on. I don't even know what to watch. We're obviously going to focus in on the WWE stuff this weekend. That's the whole point of this weekend. But we're going to try to cover as much of all the other stuff as we can as well.
Yep, and we're gonna wrap up this recording here and take a quick breather. And then I think if you're down, I'm down. I think I'm gonna fire up because of course I want to cry before I go to bed. The Bray Wyatt documentary was released today. So
Yeah,
that's
it's definitely. You're not crying. I'm not. Somebody's crying. I don't know. I can't wait to watch it. I've been kind of stoked for this documentary for a bit now, so I'm definitely down to watch that.
I think we can give that a watch here, and then we'll include that in our NXT preview recap tomorrow. We'll start things off with that. CM Punk dropped a CM Punk-esque pipe bomb on Ariel Helwani's MMA Hour today. Went full scorched earth, and that happened. AEW releases are currently happening. There's so much going on in the professional wrestling world. And at the end of the day, it is a beautiful time to be a professional wrestling fan. And The Rock said it. Hey, wrestling is cool again. Not necessarily because of The Rock, but it is really cool right now. It is fun to watch. I'm on the edge of my seat. It is 5 stars all over the board. 5 stars everywhere. The only thing that's not getting 5 stars, I think, is us. But maybe we are. I don't know. You'll have to tell me.
Yeah, well, I mean, one day if we can ever get the rights to go to the Tokyo Dome and record a show, sure. But for now, no. But yes, absolutely. Everything is amazing right now. I mean, just look at the numbers. You're saying that everything's on fire. Wrestling's cool again. It is 13th consecutive sellout for WWE. I mean, they set a record for the largest gate in Raw history, which is just wild to think. But I mean, they had 15,600 ish fans at that show. I mean, it's on fire right now. I want to see it all happening. It's so good. I love to see it.
That's a wrap. That is a wrap on our Monday Night Raw recap from April 1st day. April Fool's Day. I'm all over the place.
April 1st day.
It's
That's
April 1st day. There's so much going on in the wrestling world. Yeah, that's a wrap on our Raw recap. So thank you all so much for listening. We'll be back tomorrow with NXT. AEW Dynamite is on Wednesday. We'll have a break day on Thursday, but I'm sure we'll have something to come up. We have WrestleMania predictions to get to. Friday Night SmackDown, Hall of Fame, Stand and Deliver, WrestleMania Night 1, Night 2, and then we're mixing in Sakura Genesis somehow, New Japan. Everything's going crazy. Thank you so much for listening. And by the way, push Dijak.
Let's go.